Welcome to the second video in the Solstice product training series. The purpose of this video is to provide an overview of all the components included in the Solstice product suite. For Solstice customers and users, this offers an understanding of how all the components work together and which components are needed to meet the requirements of your organization, use case, or IT policies. For Mersive partners, this video gives you the expertise needed to properly position the product and consult and support your customers. Let's get started. As a wireless display solution that enables meeting room collaboration, a functional Solstice system requires, at minimum, a Solstice pod or Windows software host attached by video cable to an existing display in the room, free Solstice client software apps running on the laptops and mobile devices users bring into the room, and a host network to enable connection between user devices and the display. With just these three fundamental components in place, you can start collaborating with Solstice. However, because Solstice is usually deployed on a host IT network, there are other important network management tools needed to make the Solstice deployment successful, especially when Solstice is deployed on an enterprise IT network spanning multiple rooms or geographic locations. There are two management tools available from Mersive: the Solstice dashboard for centralized management of all Solstice rooms over the IT network, and the Solstice Directory Service, or SDS, which provides an IT-friendly way for Solstice users to easily find and connect to Solstice displays on the host network from their user devices. The Solstice Dashboard and Solstice Directory Service are both free, separate software downloads that should be installed on Windows computers or servers on the network. Please note that only Solstice Enterprise Edition pods and Windows software licenses can be managed via the Solstice dashboard. However, SDS is compatible with all Solstice endpoints. The Solstice dashboard and SDS, as well as all other Solstice software downloads and updates, are available from mersive.com/download. For more information about the Solstice dashboard and SDS, refer to videos number 3 and number 4 in this series. So in total, there are three types of components in the Solstice product suite. The first are the Solstice client apps for user laptops and mobile devices. Then there are the Solstice display hosts, including Solstice pods and Windows software licenses. Finally, there are Solstice management tools for the technology managers and IT teams. Now that we've covered these at a high level, let's take a closer look at what you should know about each, including which platforms are supported and what versions are available. The Solstice client apps are available for Windows and Mac laptops and for Apple iOS and Android user devices, and provide a consistent, easy-to-use interface across all client platforms. The Solstice client apps can be accessed free of charge from mersive.com/download. or by following the instructions on the Solstice display welcome screen. The Solstice client apps for laptops can be downloaded directly from the Solstice pod or Windows software display host in the room, while iOS and Android mobile apps require internet access to download from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Mersive encourages users to update their Solstice client software as new versions become available in order to take advantage of the latest features and improvements. Solstice display hosts, which connect to meeting room displays via video cable, are available on two platforms. The first platform is the Solstice Pod, a turnkey appliance that includes Solstice collaboration software integrated on a small form factor console, which comes with a 1-year hardware warranty. Alternatively, Solstice Windows software is available when a room PC exists that is already connected to the meeting room display. These two Solstice display hosts include perpetual Solstice software licenses. With a perpetual software license, Solstice customers always have access to the software, unlike subscription licensing or software as service models. Both pod and Windows versions of Solstice are available for purchase from Mersive and via authorized Solstice resellers. The Solstice pod includes integrated hardware and software, while the Solstice Windows software can be installed on a Windows 7, 8, or 10 host PC. Requirements of the host PC include DirectX 11 graphics and an i5 processor or better. In terms of features and functionality, the two platforms are virtually identical, providing users all the same collaboration capabilities. In addition to the pod and Windows software platform options, Solstice display hosts also come in different versions based on required number of users and the need for expanded enterprise capabilities. Note that all versions of Solstice display hosts listed next are available on both pod and Windows software platforms and at the same MSRPs regardless of platform. Solstice Unlimited versus Solstice Small Group Edition. The unlimited version of Solstice supports unlimited user connections for normal and large meeting spaces, such as conference rooms and classrooms. For smaller meeting spaces, such as huddle spaces, Solstice Small Group Edition, or SGE, is available. With Solstice SGE, up to 4 users can connect simultaneously. Regardless of unlimited versus SGE versions, connected users can share any amount of content to the Solstice display, including sharing multiple items from the same user device. I can share local video and image files and stream a video from YouTube simultaneously. All layout options and control features are available from both versions as well. Unlike other hardware-based products in the market, which support only 4 shared content sources on screen at a time, Solstice supports any amount of shared content. Thanks to Solstice's software architecture, users can easily share and organize any amount of content in the meeting with no artificial limitations. MSRP for Solstice Unlimited starts at $9.99 and Solstice SGE starts at $7.99, with enterprise upgrades available for each version. Solstice Enterprise Edition delivers all of the collaborative power of Solstice along with new features designed for larger enterprise deployments. Solstice Enterprise Edition. Because enterprise deployments of Solstice often include up to hundreds of Solstice rooms across the network and possibly spread among multiple geographic locations, the requirements to configure, control, manage, diagnose, and support the Solstice deployments are a very important part of the selection and deployment process. Solstice Enterprise Edition includes the ability to centrally manage all the Solstice Enterprise Edition endpoints on the network via the Solstice dashboard, encrypt Solstice network traffic, support quality of service, brand and customize Solstice welcome screens, support client discovery tags, distribute and display emergency messaging across the network, support RSS feeds on Solstice welcome screens, support Mersive's third-party integration API, as well as other capabilities available today and more in the Mersive roadmap to be added in the upcoming releases of Solstice. The expanded capabilities support the deployment and integration of Solstice in the enterprise deployment environment and make Solstice the most enterprise-ready solution available in the product category. The Solstice Enterprise Edition features are accessible and manageable via the Solstice dashboard for Enterprise Edition. As a reminder, only Solstice Enterprise Edition pods and Windows software licenses can be managed via the dashboard. The dashboard provides the ability to enable and configure all Enterprise Edition features for the Solstice Enterprise Edition pods and the Windows software licenses. The Enterprise Edition features are additional options and settings not available from the local and web configuration panels for individual pods and Windows software licenses. These features only appear in the Solstice dashboard, which can only be used to manage Solstice Enterprise Edition endpoints. The MSRP pricing for Solstice Enterprise Edition is $10.99 for Enterprise Edition SGE pods or Windows software licenses, and $12.99 for Enterprise Edition Unlimited pods and Windows software licenses. The table shown reflects MSRP pricing for all versions of Solstice pod and Windows software licenses. Starting at $7.99 for Solstice SGE Non-Enterprise Edition, and increasing from there based on the user's version and the Enterprise Edition upgrade. Note that the Solstice display hosts listed here are licensed Mersive software products available for purchase. All other components of the Solstice product suite are free software downloads available from mersive.com/download. Software Maintenance Program. Solstice is a software-based solution, enabling Mersive to add new features and capabilities quickly, and deliver the new functionality quickly and easily via lightweight, over-the-air software updates. In order to access Solstice software updates, customers must have a current Solstice software maintenance plan for their Solstice pods and Windows software licenses. The first year of Solstice software maintenance is included with the purchase of the pod or the Windows software license. And additional maintenance beyond the first year is available for purchase on an annual basis at a cost of 20% of the original Solstice license price. Extended software maintenance beyond the first year can be renewed annually, or multiple years can be purchased upfront. Please note active Solstice software maintenance is also required to access product support from the Mersive support team. Mersive sends reminders to all customers before their software maintenance expires. Any that would like to determine the status of their software maintenance plan, please visit the link below or email us at customerrelations@mersive.com. Solstice Dashboard for Enterprise Edition. The Solstice Dashboard for Enterprise Edition provides everything a technology manager or IT team needs to centrally configure, secure, monitor, control, and manage all the Solstice endpoints across an enterprise network. The Solstice Dashboard is a software program for Windows that interfaces with all the Solstice Enterprise Edition endpoints on a network, providing centralized one-to-many management of those endpoints. Alternatively, every Solstice pod and Windows software license can be managed individually on a one-to-one basis via the local configuration panel for the unit. The dashboard exposes all of these configuration options available via the local one-to-one configuration panels, such as network configuration options, user access control settings, user sharing options, display naming, and more. Additionally, the dashboard also provides expanded enterprise-ready capabilities for security, management, analytics, and control. And via the dashboard, all of these configuration options can be applied to multiple Solstice endpoints simultaneously, providing the one-to-many management capability critical for large deployments. The Solstice dashboard user interface is divided into two panels: the Instances panel on the left side of the user interface and the Dashboard Configuration panel on the right side. The first step when using the dashboard is to populate the Instances panel with Solstice displays on the network via one of the three discovery mechanisms. Once the instance panel is populated, one or multiple Solstice endpoints can be selected for management. For more information on the Solstice dashboard capabilities and workflow, please refer to the Solstice dashboard training video in this series or access the Solstice Dashboard for Enterprise Edition reference guide from the Mersive Customer Support portal at customersupport.mersive.com. To access the dashboard, visit the Mersive download page and download the Solstice dashboard software for Windows. The dashboard software can be installed on one or multiple technology managers' PCs or on Windows servers 2008 R2 and 2012 R2. The Solstice dashboard software is free to download and supports the management of any number of Solstice Enterprise Edition pods and Windows software endpoints on the host network. For more detail on how to use the dashboard to manage multi-room deployments of Solstice, please refer to video number 3 in this series. The Solstice Directory Service, or SDS, is a software component that provides an IT-friendly way for Solstice client apps to list the Solstice displays available for connection on the network. This allows users to simply click to connect to a display versus needing to manually enter the display IP address to connect like most other solutions. When SDS is not configured, this click-to-connect capability is achieved by using a UDP broadcast discovery mechanism, which is usually sufficient for small organizations, but it often violates the IT policies of most large enterprise networks. In cases where the broadcast discovery mechanism is not allowed or preferred, the Solstice Directory Service can be enabled to support display discovery and click-to-connect capabilities without the use of UDP broadcast traffic on the network. SDS is compatible with all Solstice endpoints, including both enterprise and non-enterprise Solstice pods and Windows software licenses. SDS does not have its own user interface. Rather, SDS runs as a service on the network, and SDS settings are configured via the Solstice display hosts and Solstice client apps. On the display side hosts, SDS settings can be configured via the local configuration panel or via the Solstice dashboard for Solstice Enterprise Edition endpoints. On the client side, SDS settings are available from the Solstice Client Settings menu. On both Solstice display hosts and clients, all that is required to enable SDS is to enter the IP address of the SDS host machine in the IP address fields in the respective configuration and settings menus. This will enable the Solstice client apps to see and list all the Solstice displays available for connection on the network, allowing users to simply click on the display name in their client app in order to connect. The Solstice Open Control API provides an alternative to the Solstice dashboard by providing integration support for third parties to control and manage Solstice Enterprise Edition endpoints. The Open Control API supports third-party integration and control of Solstice Enterprise Edition pods and Windows software endpoints through a peer-to-peer TCP/IP-based API. Open Control can be used to read the status of a Solstice Enterprise Edition host, capture usage statistics, and configure Solstice Enterprise Edition endpoints. The Open Control exposes much of the functionality found in the Solstice dashboard for Enterprise Edition through a straightforward communications protocol for integration with third-party control panels, management dashboards, and more. The Solstice Open Control API is an add-on feature to the Solstice product suite that allows developers and programmers to leverage the analytics and control capabilities of Solstice in third-party integrations. While Mersive considers this an important value-add resource, it is not a requirement for standard Solstice deployments. More information about the Solstice Open Control API, including full capabilities and instructions for use, can be found in the Solstice Open Control API Reference Guide, available in the Mersive Customer Support Portal at customersupport.mersive.com. To recap, every Solstice room requires a Solstice pod or Windows software host PC connected to the display, and every user that wants to connect to a Solstice display needs the Solstice client app installed on their laptop or mobile device. The Solstice client apps for all platforms can be installed by following instructions on the Solstice display welcome screen or by visiting mersive.com/downloads. Solstice pods and Windows software licenses are available for purchase from Mersive and its authorized resellers. For enterprise technology managers, Mersive provides management tools including the Solstice dashboard for centralized management of the Solstice Enterprise Edition rooms across a network, as well as the Solstice Directory Service, or SDS, for an IT-friendly way for users to find and connect to Solstice displays from their laptops and mobile devices. Solstice pods and Solstice Windows software are the licensed paid components of the Solstice product suite. All other components, including client apps for user laptops and mobile devices, as well as the Solstice dashboard and Solstice Directory Service management tools, are free software downloads. Note that although the dashboard is free to use, only Solstice Enterprise Edition pods and Windows software licenses are compatible with and are able to be managed by the Solstice dashboard. Mersive also provides the Solstice Open Control API to program the capabilities of the Solstice dashboard into third-party control panels, dashboards, and other applications. Like the Solstice dashboard, the Solstice Open Control API capabilities are only compatible with Solstice Enterprise Edition pods and Windows software licenses. For access to upgrades and product support from Mersive, customers must have an active software maintenance plan. The first year of software maintenance is included with the initial purchase of each pod or Windows software license, and additional maintenance is available at an annual price of 20% of the original license price. Mersive issues frequent software updates to continue to expand the features, capabilities, and performance of Solstice. So we encourage you and your end users to sign up for update email notifications on mersive.com/download and to update all the components of your Solstice deployment when new versions become available. Thank you for watching this training on the Solstice Product Suite overview. Please be sure to check out the other videos in this Solstice training series.